how many superheroes out there? About, only about a fourth of you recognize yourself as a superhero, huh? So when we did this theme, I thought about, one reason I did it because as I work with a lot of caregivers, I recognize you as a superhero, okay? And superheroes have not always been like my favorite thing. However, when I was about 5 years old, 4 or 5, I wanted to be Wonder Woman. And not just any Wonder Woman, Linda Carter Wonder Woman. And then I grew up. And why would I want to be somebody that's like saving everybody? I was like, that was the stupidest thing I ever wanted to be. However, I want to help you identify your superpower because all of you are superheroes. That's why we say superheroes don't always wear capes, right? So when you look around here, there are a lot of superheroes. Let me start this from the beginning. So let's talk about what we think superheroes are. So I identified some of my favorites, okay? So we all know Superman, right? So I need help. Let's talk about Superman a little bit. So tell me something about Superman. Kryptonite, right? Robin. Where's the cape? Flies. So Superman, first of all, is thought about, if you think about a superhero, he's a man of steel, right? He can just about do anything. But do you realize that he has limitations? And she said kryptonite. Do anybody know what kryptonite is? No. So it's an element from his own planet, and it weakens him. So how many times as a caregiver, when you're in your own environment, does it seem to weaken you? See, you got a lot of stuff in common with superheroes, right? And it doesn't matter. So did you know that Superman also had to recover? Yeah? How did he do that? You don't really see this a lot, but he had this little ice castle. And when he was harmed or his energy was low or tired, guess what he had to do? Go to it. Guess what's that called? Respite care. So Superman doesn't have anything on you. So although he had like all these steel powers, so one of my favorite ones is Batman. Who like Batman? Yes. So he kind of vigilante, but he gets the job done, right? So what's his superpower? He was rich, he said that. He was rich. But rich within itself didn't give him superpowers, right? What was amazing about Batman? Tools and toys, right? So within himself, he had passion and tools. So just like caregivers, with the right tools, you can be a superhero, right? So a lot of times we're out searching for tools. You have the passion to take care of your loved one. You just got to get the right tools. You're no different than Batman. And let me tell you what else Batman had. A Robin. How many of y'all got a sidekick? If you don't, find you one. Find you one. I don't know. And you know, let's think about Robin. He wasn't the strongest little sidekick, was he? But he was there when he needed. So you know how you be like, my sister won't help and she don't know how to do this, but she can do something, right? So let her be your Robin. So you got a sidekick, right? So as you think about your superhero powers, look at us. How many people are a superhero now? Okay, the number's going up. By the time you leave here, everybody gonna be a superhero. So then I have another, this is a Marvel. I like Mystique. Anybody watch Marvel? I love Marvel. So if you don't know about Mystique, she has this ability to change to anything, any person, so she can just kind of develop to what she wants. Don't we have to do that as caregivers? So I might be the daughter, but now I got to be your nurse. I got to be this. Don't we all have to just kind of warp into something else as caregivers? So start to think about your superpower and what you're good at and your limitations, right? So there's a lot of superpower in caregiving, and you should identify what that is. Now, as I talk to caregivers, do you know how important thick skin is? That's not really that important, is it? Because they don't say anything to us and make us feel like they appreciate us. They always appreciate us, don't they? They always tell us how much they love us. They always tell us that we're right, don't they? Oh, I didn't think so. So we have to develop a thick skin. So I was talking to this other caregiver, and he was telling me about having a thick skin, and I kind of was like, well, it rolled off his back. But he was like, although it did, he had to learn how to practice forgiveness, right? So a lot of times, although things he let it roll off his skin, he had to go back and process it so he could forgive them for what they did. So these are superpowers that we must recognize that we have. The power of forgiveness is a great superhero power. Anybody good at reminiscing? Especially with those with dementia? Make that your superpower. That means talking about what they know, going back in their past, because they may not know what happened today, 2 years ago. They live in the past, so meet them where they are and talk about what they know. So that's a great superpower. Anybody good at giving a bath? One guy, see, that's a that's how you know them superpowers, because that doesn't happen often, does it? That's a super, but guess what? If you had a good sidekick, they could do it. So think about how to get that bath taken care of. So another good thing about your superpower is, can you identify when you need help? Yeah, it's about 3 people that say yes. So the rest of y'all have not developed when do I need rest, right? Do you know when you really need rest? Last week, last month, and it should be a part of your caregiving plan. So the minute you start caregiving, you should start thinking about your caregiving plan. So we have cars, most of us, kind of, vehicles, drive around things. So do you wait until your car breaks down to service it? Sometimes, yeah, that's true. But it costs you more at the end, right? So, we go get the tires rotated, go get the oil changed. Those are like the needs you need to take care of yourself. So you should be taking care of yourself better than you're taking care of what? Your car. So as you think about that, when the last time you took care of yourself? And I need my oil change if anybody want to help. Patience. Patience is really a superpower. It does not come easy. That is something we have to learn. And it's just slowly, and it doesn't work every day, because I'm human, right? So because you're a human, your superpower does not work every day, because we have weaknesses, right? Did you know Wonder Woman's biggest flaw was she was emotional? And when she got emotional, she got weak. Does that resonate with anybody? When she got emotional, she got weak. So think about a superhero that had tools and skills, and she could fight. She was an Amazon, she could do it. She could fight. But if she got too passionate, her temper got too big, she couldn't function anymore. So think about your superpower. So how do you recover with superpower? So if you get hurt, so I don't expect you to get hurt caregiving, but it happens. Did you know that? You can get hit, you can get emotionally hurt, physically hurt, and learning about recovery. Because if a superhero can recover, so can you, right? And some of those things are just taking a break, asking for help. How do you heal and recover? I want you to write down right now, how do you heal and recover? Because I want you to remember this, because sometime in the near future, you're going to have to heal and recover. The other thing superheroes do is they connect with a higher power to recover. So how does that, somebody said shown up? Shown up. So how do you do that? Prayer, meditation, and I'm not going to get religious, but I had this thrown at me the other day because this person was like, well, I don't have a superhero. Jesus is my superhero. And you know, I was like, perfect. Jesus is the example of a perfect superhero. Was he human? Yes. Did he show moments of weaknesses? If I can give you an example if you don't know, but I can. So remember when he was about to be taken to the garden and he asked his father, like, if I don't have to partake in this cup, like, please take it from me? That's a moment of weakness, right? So did Jesus have moments of weakness? Absolutely. And guess what? He rested. Remember for 40 days? He went, look at you. So if Jesus has weaknesses and Jesus rests, who are we more than any superhero or more than Jesus not to take a rest? So think about that. When's the last time you had a break? And that is very, very important. A lot of caregivers, there's nothing wrong with therapy. Sometimes it's generational. I don't care about therapy all the time, but sometimes it really gives you a non-biased place to talk about what you need to talk about. Because here's the reality of caregiving. Some of the hardest things we do are not based on the disease, but based on dynamics in our family history, right? So we come across a lot of things with, if we're siblings, we're fighting about our parents. And this goes way back to way back. Or if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, we all don't have a good relationship with the person we're taking care of. So there's nothing wrong with seeking therapy so you can be a better activity. Find your respite care, support groups, they are great. Alzheimer's Arkansas, we have in-person support groups, we have online support groups. We can create a support group with some help in your community. Do engaging activities, and number one, ask for help. So it is your job to be in charge of your recovery. Does that make sense? But you can call me and I'll help you. I'll be your sidekick. What about that? So we're going to have some takeaways. How many perfect caregivers are there in here? None of us are, right? We all make mistakes. We all don't know what to do. So when I get a call the next time from one of you, and you start telling me, I'm like, remember in the room? Not one person, because if you had to raise your hand, I was going to give your phone number out on how to do it. So if you think you are, it's not too late. You can raise your hand, because we're going to discuss this. You possess strengths, know what they are, because your strengths is going to help you be better. Recognize your weaknesses and your struggles. Know them because you'll know where to ask for help. Self-care is so important in your journey. I don't know how many times I have to say this. And really, self-care, it's not always like get your feet done, ladies. Like, yeah, it might feel good, but at the end, it really hasn't taken care of your soul, your spirit, and your emotions. Some people it works for, however, that's not true self-care. Keep your social connections as much as you can for two reasons. Number one, it helps reduce your own depression, and it helps reduce the risk of dementia as well. So it is very imperative that you stay connected. It also, it helps with your own health. You gotta stay connected as we get older. Prioritize your own health. We've heard doctors and palliative care, like, do you know where you stand in your health? Take care of your health. And take breaks as needed, right? 5-minute breaks, 30-minute breaks, day breaks. Like, breaks can come at any time. I'm gonna tell you the worst break story I ever had. It is from a kid, so it's a parent. So I stayed at home with this little boy. He's 20 now. Jesus. And you thought it's a good idea to be like this stay-home parent thing. No I'm not saying if you can do it, I love you. So, that's 24 hours. So I'm like, if I can't get away from this kid. So he's like following me. Hey, love me. I'm like, I'm sick of you loving me. All the stuff. Like, you're just like, I want to be my own person for like 5 minutes. And we're supposed to love our kids. So think about our parents, our husband. I'm like, but can I have like 5 minutes? I don't want to share the same air as you. Like, do we have to breathe? So I'm like, okay, I need a break. So this one particular day, it's like, it is worse. I need a break. And I'm not getting it. I'm not really good at it. And I go to the restroom because when you go to the restroom, people are not supposed to bother you. Did you know that? Like, that's a social norm. If I go to the restroom, like, don't bother me. So I go to the restroom and I close the door and I look down and his fingers are under the door. I start crying. Crying. Tears. And this is true because what I relate that to is I needed a break so bad that I couldn't even go to the restroom, and I go to the restroom and I break down because his fingers. And that's because somebody loves me, right? So, and wanted to be around me. So think about how we carry the burden of sometimes just being with someone 24 hours a day. And there's another perspective, they're sick of us too, right? So a lot of people, when we're caregiving, did you know that you only have a few things you know how to talk about? And just because you like it doesn't mean they like it. So having someone fresh is always a good thing for you and them. So I know you're gonna say, my loved one, they don't wanna do it, but have you tried it? Because that's in your mind. Have you tried it, okay? So self-care is so important. And that's what I want you to take away today. You are important. So if you don't know anything else today, Carolyn told you you are important. And you're a superhero.